In the money game, cash is king.
We talked to a number of companies that are running competitive platforms like Salesforce and they're really asking the question, is it truly possible to switch platforms? And I think right now the answer is now's as good a time as any. You're really hitting a point where the cost of these platforms make no sense in the new math that exists in B2B SaaS, which is really just old math where you have to grow and make money. You don't really have the luxury to spend money on platforms that really aren't cutting it. So often we see companies that have 7 or 8 different technology stacks that have the exact same customer record in them. So you've got the marketing automation platform, the sales engagement platform, you've got CRM, you've got some sort of onboarding platform or professional services automation platform, you've got a support platform, you've got accounting. I'm probably forgetting one in there. Customer success would be the 7th. 7 different platforms all have their own version of the customer record. All of these departments have gone out and made the right decision for their departments, but none of those are integrated. And more importantly, the customer experience isn't integrated. So as they move from marketing to sales to onboarding to support, none of those handoffs are well integrated. We think now is the time, better than any, to make a move. Number one, you're going to save a boatload of cash. We recently did a quote for an organization, 100 users. They would save $100,000 a year on technology platforms. $100,000 is a significant sum for them. That was the difference between being profitable and unprofitable in a given year. But imagine what you can do with that spend. It certainly shouldn't be in technology. You should be spending it in marketing programs, hiring that extra CS person, that extra seller, that extra R&D person to work on, AI related stuff in product. There's so much better stuff to do with your tech, your spend. The other issue is that a lot of these organizations really do not have good business processes. So they implemented what they could. They didn't have necessarily a full-time revenue operations leadership, full-time revenue operations team to really think through all the processes. And there's hundreds of them within a B2B technology company, hundreds of processes across all the departments. With Tech Stack, we've thought through every single process. Is fully baked in, full insights, reporting, fully documented, all the functionality is there. We've invested 60,000 hours in features, reporting, and business processes. No company on the planet has invested that amount of money, at least in the segment we speak to, which is sub 100 employee type companies. Probably third, we're at an age in this Copilot AI era where you've got structured data from CRM and support and PSA and accounting. All that structured data is now marrying up with unstructured data. The unstructured data lives in your emails, in your Teams messages, SharePoint files, or files that are located on drives. But in order to take advantage of all this new Microsoft Copilot and AI kind of stuff, you really need to have the right information architecture. Most companies do not. They do not have the Azure Intra security group set up correctly, and they don't have the data in basically a platform that can be reached by Microsoft Graph API in order to consume all that information for the users. So as a byproduct with Tech Stack, we fix all that. So how we interact with SharePoint and Outlook and Teams automatically sets your organization up for Copilot and take the full advantage of Copilot and AI. Kind of tied to that, the productivity gain out of CRM type tools has not been all that's been promised over the years. Most productivity tools come from Outlook, Teams, Word, Excel, all the Microsoft 365 stack. So what we've done is integrated all that stack into the customer record or system of record type system, so CRM system and the like. So we're marrying up all the productivity tools with these kind of structured, typically tools that have been governance related tools all these years, and kind of get the productivity back in the hands of the sellers and give the governance that the organization needs in order to get the reporting that's necessary, make the right decisions, get the forecasting done, all that kind of stuff. And maybe the last point, I think this is more important than ever, every company leaks revenue. And Tech Stack, we bring together the front office and the back office. So front office being the CRM support, PSA, marketing automation, all that kind of like normal front end type stuff, with the back office, and in our world that would be accounting. So by bringing that stuff together, you're never going to miss an invoice, you're never going to miss a renewal, you're never going to miss an opportunity to increase renewal for COLA or miss the co-term product that was purchased mid-year on the renewal. So many times we talk to companies that are just leaking services revenue, leaking billing milestones that have been forgotten on projects, or over billing and over recognizing services revenue, which can be a huge problem if you need to take a haircut or take on a credit for a project. All that stuff is fully integrated together, effectively making what is an ERP product or an ERP platform for technology companies. Technology companies need this more than ever right now. Cash is king. You need to get to as close as possible to rule of 40, and that kind of profitable growth is really, really important. So this is where front and back office integration becomes extremely important.